What's going on, bottom line viewers? It's Dylan back here for another video, another free agency reaction and analysis video. I hope you've been enjoying these. This is my last one today. Mitch just got those ones out as well. So if you haven't checked out the videos yet, go check them out. And I hope you guys have enjoyed them if you have watched them. But this one, my last one today, is going to be talking about Matt Paradis, the former Denver Broncos center, is now heading over to the Carolina Panthers for a 3-year, $27.03 million contract. I don't know why the .03 matters, but I'm going to include it anyways. Why not? So, the Denver Broncos are losing Matt Paradis. I think this is a big loss. He was helping block for a guy, Philip Lindsay, who was having a really good 2018 rookie year. He's still going to do very well in 2019. I'm very excited to see what he does there, but having Matt Paradis there was a big help for not only him, but for that team that did struggle offensively, but I don't feel like their offensive line was the real reason why they lost. The second half of the year, Matt Paradis was gone. He fractured his fibula, but you've seen what he's been able to do. Pro Football Focus ranked him the #2 center in the game in 2018, regardless of his injury. I know people don't like Pro Football Focus all that much sometimes, but I'm going to go with it. He's still a really good center if you watch the tape, if you did all the work, if you've seen everything that Matt Paradis has done. And he's arguably like the top 20 free agents that we were looking forward to this free agency. So I was interested to see where he was going to. And now he's going over to Carolina. Kind of interesting that a guy that was there for Super Bowl 50 with the Broncos is now going to play for the Carolina Panthers. He's going to Carolina, $9 million a year. I think that's a pretty good price, like a really good price for a guy that has to do a lot of dirty work. The offensive line position is not one of the most highly regarded positions, but it is the one that should be getting the most respect because you got to put in a lot of work in order to be a offensive lineman and block some of these big defensive linemen. I mean, they're ridiculous. So putting in all that work, you deserve a little bit of money, and I think $9 million is a pretty good, solid deal. We saw Mitch Morris's contract. We were talking about it, myself and Mitch. We thought this is a little expensive. It was, I believe, it was $11 million for a year, and Paradis is going to get it for $9 million, which I think is pretty fair. Like, I think that's where you want your contract to be. I don't want it to go more than that, but it is a good price for a guy that's been getting better and better every year. Like, yeah, you really want a guy to progress. You don't want him to regress. So when I see a regress year, I kind of, stray away. But even though he got hurt, he was still really productive in that 2018 campaign. And he's going over to a Carolina Panthers offensive line that was still, borderline top 10. They were still pretty good. Just adding this piece makes them even better. You're blocking for Cam Newton, who's a completely different quarterback than Case Keenum in just about every way. But it is a better quarterback. He's a guy that's going to be making more bold decisions, running outside the pocket, and trying to throw these deep balls to whoever, DJ Moore, whoever it's going to be. Making those things happen for Cam Newton, who's going to take his time in his decision-making, is going to be very crucial. And having a center, a big focal piece of the offensive line, block and make sure that these things go right is necessary for the Panthers to win. And I know they really tanked in the second half of the year. Not tanked, but they really fell down basically due to Cam Newton's injury. But they were starting off really, really well, and I feel like the offensive line was doing their job. Plus, you're blocking for Christian McCaffrey, who he's very crafty. He's going to go all over the field catching passes out of the backfield. So having an offensive line that is sold on this process is going to do wonders for them. And getting a center like Paradis, I think, is a job well done for the Panthers. One of my favorite signings. I got to say, this is a top 10 signing. There's quite a bit. I promise you, there's been quite a bit. So saying this is one of my favorites, I've said that quite a bit, but it is in my top 10 favorite signings for the year because I think it's great value, and I think it's going to help this team get better in 2019. So looking forward to seeing Matt Paradis on the Carolina Panthers. Hope you guys enjoyed these reaction videos. This is it for me. Watch Mitch's videos. He's going to have a couple of those, obviously. I brought it up multiple times, but go watch those videos and subscribe to The Bottom Line View if you have not already. Dylan, peace out.